Well, hello, welcome back to my channel. I think my camera might be a little dirty, so I'm sorry about that. I don't really know how to fix all that. I'm currently, I guess I could just clean it actually, but I didn't. I just pressed record. Sorry about that if you see it. I got my little snuggler here in the baby wrap. He loves to put his head literally into my armpit, and I have to listen to his breathing because I've tried moving his head around. They're supposed to have their head like up and out, and it's like, don't worry, I'm always paying attention to this little one, and it's subconscious now that I'm always paying attention. But I am making plantain chips in the air fryer, and I thought I would make a quick video. Hopefully you can hear me. And it was just on some reflection that I've been doing since I watched a video about an hour and a half ago on the idea of love is not a feeling. This is really controversial because it's not like a easy to nuance statement, because if you say love is not a feeling, it's pretty black and white, or it's pretty like clear cut, like what that means. It means, well, love is not a feeling. And actually, I agree. This is what's so controversial. I am a very feeling person, okay? You don't have to ask me. You can talk to anyone who knows me in real life, IRL. I have lots of feelings. My son has lots of feelings. My baby currently has basically all feelings, and that's it. He's just, all of his nervous system is wide open, and I'm the one who gets to try to soothe him and regulate his emotions with, some things. I do the best I can. I don't always get it right. And so, what do I mean when I say love is not a feeling? Well, I think love is a choice. And what I mean is, we have to decide to do the next right thing for the sake of another person when we are loving them. So it's kind of like an action. Whether you're talking to them, whether you're behaving or acting a certain way around them. Let me check on the plantains. I'm smelling something. I wonder if I could show you guys. Can I show you? What did I just do? What is this? I don't know how to do it backwards so you guys can see. It won't let me like flip my phone around. Sorry about that. Oh well. What is happening? I don't know. But anyway, let's see if I can show you. These are the plantain chips. I think they're done. I cooked them for, I'm gonna say 9 minutes, so almost 10 minutes. Let's try it together for fun, and then I'll keep talking about love is not a feeling. So I grabbed one, and it is really hot. Why do I feel like I have to show you this whole process? No, they're not quite chips yet. You have a little crunch. I put steak seasoning and oil on these because I wanted savory. It's really piping hot. Oh my goodness, it's burning my hands, my fingers. Exciting. All to say that love is a choice, like I was saying, to like do the next right thing for that other person. And when we make it about our feelings, like I feel happy or sad or angry or distrustful or bitter or resentful, and so therefore this is how I'm going to love you, or therefore whatever, you're putting yourself first, because the self loves to just go on feelings alone. That's really controversial. I do think that feelings matter, so I'm not saying you can't feel sad. I'm not saying you can't feel angry. What I do want people to do is when they're feeling that way, to still make a choice to love somebody. There are so many different ways to love people, but at the core of every kind of love for somebody else, the other person, you are putting them before yourself. So let's say you have a friend. That's one type of way to love someone, is being a friend. You put them before yourself. Let's say you have some sort of family. Let's say it's your mom. You put your mom before yourself. Let's say you have a husband or a wife. You put them before you. And then, what's the last thing? Let's say the last kind of love that I'm aware of is agape love, which is the kind of love God has for us. So that could be for even a stranger, but you're doing it as God leads you. You're not doing, crazy, stupid stuff with a stranger. But let's say you're at the grocery store and you're talking to the cashier. That's a stranger. Maybe not. Maybe you know the cashier very well. I don't know. Most cashiers or people, I don't know. I don't regularly get to know, my cashier, because people just, I see different people in stores and things like that. Plus, my husband does the grocery shopping, I'll be honest. So it's about you put their interests or put them first in that moment. It's kind of like love should be serving the other person. And the reason why we do this, as Christians at least, is because we already do a pretty good job of loving ourselves. What I mean is, we are very good at taking care of numero uno by instinct. And I think what takes, trusting God on this topic of love and loving others, what it takes is putting the other person first and putting yourself last. So essentially, in a nutshell, what I'm saying is we tend to put ourselves first and not last. That's just what we tend to do. We're already good at feeding ourselves. When we're tired, we sleep. When we're angry, we calm ourselves down. We already do those things, but we need to help other people in those moments too. Nobody's going to be perfect. People are going to get angry. They're going to get tired. They're going to get hungry. And I feel like you have to look at the person and be like, hey, I'm going to put them first in this situation. Yeah, it stinks that they're angry, or it stinks that they're tired, or stinks that they're hungry, maybe to that level, whatever is hard for us in that moment. And this is coming from a mom who has an almost 4-year-old and a newborn. So, it's a lot of that stuff most of the time in our house. We had a whole day of chaos I can't even begin to explain. But at the core, I had to remember after I watched this video that through it all, I was really reflecting, did I really act in love towards my son, who was having a really hard time, and my husband, who was having a really hard time? Baby was doing really well today. I wasn't, doing great or not great. I was kind of somewhere in the middle. But God really sustained us through the whole day, and we ended up having a pretty good day. Went for a walk for the first time as a family since baby was born. Even in all this snow, which I'm going to try to show you my view. Did that make you sick? I'm so sorry. And then, taking everyone in the car because we can't just walk the sidewalk. We don't have a sidewalk and nothing's plowed on the side of the road. So we have to wait for the snow if we're going to even go just walking on the road. And wait for the snow to melt. So we drove to our place where we were going to walk, which was only a minute drive down the road. And, it's like, what are we really doing? We're spending time together because we're putting each other first. We're not saying, me, I want to go do this. No, we all agreed we're all going to go do this thing. We went. There were some, ups and downs, and we still made it, and we had a nice time. It was actually a really good time when we went out, and we worked through some things at home that we're really in the trenches of parenthood and learning about God's ways as a family. It's been a roller coaster at times. Having a newborn makes it really hard sometimes with like jealousy and anger and things like that. So we are all working through like what that's like, because sometimes I miss my husband because he's with my other son so much while I am with the newborn, compared to what I used to be with my oldest son. So it's just interesting, like, I miss all of that. I'm kind of jealous my husband gets to spend all that, like, one-on-one. Because if I give my newborn son to my husband, I mean, right now it's still mommy, 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 pretty much 24/7. So I do get some breaks sometimes, but it's not enough sometimes. So I usually just walk around the house like this with my son, newborn, and just play with my other son right now. Like, that's all we're really able to do. But we used to be able to like go out and do things, and it's just like, I need my husband to help, and taking that humbly is just really hard for me because that was like such a luxury. And yeah, we're all going through different things, different journeys. So last year was the hardest year of my entire life. So I I'm starting 2026 with like just that stark reality of wanting to have gratitude for this life and for this day, whatever it may bring. So I hope that helps someone. I just wanted to share. There's a lot more we can say. You can even disagree, and push back on your idea of love as well. But I don't think it's about your preferences, your opinion, or yourself.